Hey guys, this is a short build guide for my CI Inquisitor level 100 Elemental Blade Flurry build. This is, as of what I have tested, the highest damage and fastest map clearing Blade Flurry build currently available. It is, however, on a very high budget. I would not recommend this build to, or at least this spec, to anyone under 100 Exalt of budget, pretty much. It's doable on a league. I got this 100 on Breach League, softcore, and I do not recommend it for hardcore. It's very prone to dying to reflect. You pretty much rely on getting good and always having your Vinktars up. So currently this is on standard now, and the gear is pretty much the same, except for the Vessel Vinktar, which I've switched out to a legacy version. Ideally you'd have an attack, not a conversion, and I'll slowly pretty much go through all the items one by one and tell you guys what's what, and then I'll have some demonstrations running in the background or afterwards as well. Not sure yet how I'm going to put it. So starting off, this is the core of the pretty much build, the Vagan Dagger. You're going to want a Vagan Dagger with attack speed, spell damage, and added lightning and crit. This can be multi-modded, and you can pretty much have any of the mods. You can see me having multi-modded there as a Regal as well. Anything works. The average cost of this dagger will range around 8 exalts. What this pretty much does is enables us to completely ignore the accuracy requirements of this entire build and scale all of our damage off of purely auras, which ends up being a lot higher than expected due to the Inquisitor's node of ignoring elemental resistances on crit. This lets us do under 4-minute shapers if we really go fast. So my gem sockets here are increased duration, portal, and Val haste just for general mapping speed. So my gloves will be just general insanity gloves. I have shield charge, flame dash, fortify, and faster attacks linked to this. At one point when you have enough gear, your damage actually becomes so prominent that you can swap out flame dash with increased added lightning damage to attacks, and your shield charge will actually completely shatter packs. Now, a lot of your AoE clear on maps comes from Herald of Ice. Herald of Ice actually literally one-shots mobs at a higher end, and this allows us to clear maps incredibly fast. I'm talking 20 to 30 second strands. So yeah, you want, for like maps like Shrine, you just swap it out with a flame dash. As you can see, these fingerless gloves aren't anything special. They're just random ones with energy shield that I managed to pick up and cap some res with. This belt is currently just a placeholder to fill my strength. Originally I ran a Headhunter on that, but since Headhunter started dropping after Breach, I sold mine at around 90x, and now they're at 60, so they're actually quite a lot cheaper if you want to pick one up. Your flash setup will be pretty much identical to mine. It will be a Sapphire with Freeze, it'll be your Dying Sun, a Vinktars, a Quicksilver with Bleed immunity, and a Diamond Flask with Shock immunity. What you'll pretty much be running is these 4 flasks, running your middle finger between these and pointing finger between these, and pretty much always having these 4 flasks up while you map, and keeping this one not popped, just so you can pop it whenever you get frozen. You want to have this up on demand whenever you need it. Boots are Skyforths. I unfollowed mine at the end of the league. They luckily didn't turn rare. You want the attack and cast speed enchant for mapping speed, of course. Here we have Discipline, Wrath, Herald of Thunder, and Lighten. These are our auras, along with our helmet slot, Herald of Ice, Poacher's Mark, Curse on Hit, and then Lighten. You only need 1 level 4 in Lighten for this build, not 2. As you can see, I have plenty of mana left here. Your chest you just want as high ES, res, int as possible. The links are Wed, Blade Flurry, Ink Crit, Ink Damage, Added Lightning, and then AoE, which you swap out with Conk. Also, when you're doing, for example, Shapewing services at the beginning of a league, you swap out Culling Strike for faster attacks on your shield charge if you so need to. Shield is just a high ES base. Now, what's definitely mandatory in this shield is that you get as much spell damage as you possibly can. On spell damage with Crown of Eyes, as of now, this might not be the case in 3.0, but as of now, triple dips with your auras and your damage. Very, very mandatory mod. You also want it on your jewels if possible. Here I just have a cast when damage taken immortal called Warlord's Mark, set up Warlord's Mark, letting us leech a lot more on bosses. Very useful. For amulet, Choir of the Storm is a really great amulet to cap crit with, as you do have a lot of reflect problems. I managed to pick up a +1 max res one for fairly cheap during the Breach League, and yeah, as long as you can handle the resistances, this is a highly recommended amulet. Otherwise you just want a Lapis base with as much int, spell damage, and crit and wed as you can possibly get. Rings, you want Wed and Added Lightning ES Res Opal Rings. These are pretty much the same in both slots. You want to get as much Added Lightning and Wed as possible, and the rest is just resist capping. And yeah, Helmet, finally, Crown of Eyes. 100% mandatory for this build. An AoE enchant or damage enchant both work really well. They add a bunch of damage or clear speed to us. I'm going to run this one strand here real quick, just to demonstrate before I show the Shaper runs and the Guardian runs that I have at the end of this video.
And the guide's marks grow far clearer.
There we go. The AoE, as of this patch, Legacy League currently, has been nerfed a lot since the last time I played this build. So, usually much higher clear speed than it currently is. One thing you definitely might want to do if you're going for 100 or general just high-end mapping with this character is run with a Necro support. They almost double your clear speed and almost 5 times your damage. So yeah, as you can see, fairly fast strength clears. This was just solo right now after not having touched the build for almost a week. So yeah, I'll now run some Shaper clips and see how you guys like it. Thanks.
Just slow it down. You raise your thoughts, let go to a higher ground. Invite the guiding light inside the door. Let yourself be one with the ocean floor. I know gold is not in her. She's a diamond under her. Wanna lay it down, I'll try my part. Though I know gold is not in her. I know gold is not in her. She's a diamond under her. Wanna lay it down, I'll try my part. Though I know gold is not in her. Through crystal balls, I don't see no one else. No, I don't see. I know gold is not in her. She's a diamond under her. Wanna lay it down, I'll try my part. Though I know gold is not in her.
What will you drop? You're gonna be very happy.
Nice.
Oh shit, man! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!